Today on Tech Tips, we're going to take a deep dive into newsletters, how to use them, how to support them. Let's get started. Here we are at my email, and what we're going to do is learn from what we did last week is to search on my email to find the newsletter. So I'm going to click up here where it says, up at the top of the screen where it says search mail. And then I'm going to click over here on where it says show search options, which will allow me to search specifically for the well. And so the first thing I'm going to do is type in act2sos.community. If you see it come up, you can just click on it at gmail.com. And then I'm going to go to the subject matter and I'm going to put in the well. This will allow me to search on my email specifically with act2sos community at gmail.com and also in the subject matter, the well. I'm going to hit enter and now it's going to bring up all of the email from the well. And it's really important that when you sign up for a newsletter is to actually open it. It helps support and it helps give back feedback to the people writing it to determine what works and what doesn't. And we'll adjust for what does work and what doesn't work. The first thing I'm going to do though is to move the menu bar that's over here. I'm going to click on the three bars on the left, and that kind of gives my screen a little bit bigger, which is helpful when you're trying to read something. And now I'm going to scroll down, and the first thing that we run into here is what's called we call the article, and that kind of sets the tone for the rest of the newsletter. So in the next episode, in episode 6 that's coming out, this will actually have both the written form and the video form, so you'll be able to listen to the actual art. If you don't have time or you're in your car and you want to listen to something that's going to be very inspiring. So we're going to scroll down and I'm going to come to the first video that we see here, and you're going to see a play button right here. And so what you would do if you wanted to listen to Rhonda's recommendations, which I always do, you'd click on the play button here. This will bring you to YouTube and you will listen to Rhonda's recommendations. Now,
hello friends! Today we are taking a closer look at who the people are on your path.
To stop that from playing, what you would do was click on the middle of the video and then it would stop the video from playing. And now what I'm going to do next is to close out of this particular tab, which if you look at the top of your screen where it says Rhonda's Recommendations YouTube, and there's a little X right next to the words YouTube, that's what you would click on. And now I'm back at my email. Now if you were in a mobile device or in an iPad, like an iPhone or a phone, you'd have to either swipe or tap or click out of the YouTube, and then you'd have to go back into your email and find, I think it would probably bring you right back to the email you were at, so you'd have to go back into the email. Now I'm going to scroll down from that Rhonda's Recommendations to the Museworthy, which is another video that Kate does a lovely either a meditation or a motivational each week, and you'll see right here it says strong like a tree, and it's about 7 minutes. This here is what's called we call the mirror mantra, and sometimes if you see a picture and then you see this little download button in the email, you'll be able to either click on the picture to open it and print it, or you could see down here where it says mirror mantra, click here to download. You could also do that as well. I'm going to click on the picture. As you can see, it opens up to a larger screen, and then I would click on the print icon, which is in the top right side of your screen. On a mobile device, it would have the little square with the up arrow to print it. And then I'm going to click on the word print down at the bottom of this window that has opened. And now it's printing my mirror mantra that I can put on my mirror and recite each day. And now I'm going to click on close, which is on the top left, and the arrow pointing to the left. Click on that. And now you can see I'm back on my email. Now this is another video. This is our tech tips. And if you want to see what we've done in a smaller version, in a written format, you would click here to download tech tips. Now, The next thing you'll see is our podcast. Now this right here is just a snippet, and it's a video, and it kind of gives you a little bit of information, a little nugget from our podcast that we had. And this one was with Alana Mallon. And if you wanted to listen to the full podcast, you would just click here where it says click here to hear the full podcast. And one of the last part of the newsletters is the Cackle Corner, which is, one of my favorites, only because I love to share laughing with people. And so this is Kate and I, we do a joke of the week, and it just kind of brightens up your day. Now, at the bottom of the newsletter, we have who we are, and then we also have 2 things to support us. If you wanted to support us monthly, you would click on the Patreon here, the words Patreon. And if you wanted to just buy us a coffee, which is a one-time, you'd click here on Buy Me a Coffee. The other ways you can support a newsletter is to actually click on the things that are in this newsletter. It allows us to analyze what is working and what isn't. That's how to review our newsletter, and it's really applicable to any newsletter that you get in your email. Stay tuned for next week's How to Listen to a Podcast.